Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we had started chapter 9 money and we have completed with conversion of money, and then we had started basic fundamental operations on money. So in that row, yesterday we have seen how to do addition of money when different money or different amount will be given, how we will arrange it into column, and then how we will do the addition, that we have seen. So in that row only today we are going to start our class. That what we are going to do it today. Today we will start with applications of addition of money. In that we will do word problem. As I told you yesterday only, applications means how do you apply the knowledge or the concept or regarding in your day-to-day life. So utilizing of that concept in your day-to-day life, that is your application. And in maths we called it word problems. Fine. So the problems which we are facing in our day-to-day life. For example, if a child went to the market and he buy eggs, biscuit and milk, and the cost of egg will be given and cost of milk will be given, cost of bread will be given, and he has to pay money, what he will do? He will add all the price of all whatever things he has bought or he was there or he has buy, and after adding it then he will be getting the amount which he has to pay to the shopkeeper. So that only we will see in this word problem question. So yesterday we understood properly that how to arrange the different amount in column. So and related to that, from exercise 9.2 we have done question 1 and 2. In question 1 you have been given with 2 amount, and in question 2 you have been given with 3 amount that are supposed to do the addition. Now today we will start with that addition of money only, that how you are going to add it when that particular amount will be given to you in the form of statement, and then how you will do it. So before we'll do it, we'll start with the revision of yesterday's concept, that is addition of money. And in that row we will start from your exercise or question number 3, that is add the following. Add, and is this add we will do A part. Now in A part you have been given with rupees 414 and 79 paisa. Along with this we have been given rupees 71 and 8 paisa. This have been given now. Now you are supposed to do addition. So for doing addition you are supposed to arrange it into column. So how will you arrange it into column? First of all, the unit you will write it above, then 414 and 79 paisa plus the other one 71.08. Here you have to keep it in your mind that decimal will always come just below the decimal. Here we are going to use the concept of decimal only. Now 9 plus 8 will be 17, 8, 4 plus 1, 5, 8 and 4. So what is the answer here? Here you have got the answer rupees 485 and 87 paisa. So what we have seen in this question, that when amount will be given to you, how to arrange it into column. See here in this A part you have been given with 414 and 79 paisa and rupees 71 and 8 paisa. Only one thing which you have to keep it in your mind when you are doing addition, what is that? That decimal will come just below the decimal. This rule we have done in decimal chapter. The same rule we will apply here in the chapter of money. So here 414.79 plus 71.08. Fine. After that you have done the addition and we will get the answer rupees 485 and 87 paisa. So with this we have finished our A part. Similarly we'll do B part also. In B part also you will find it out that instead of 2 amount you have been given with 3 amount. So how we will do addition of 3 amount? The method is same. See, then also I am doing these question again and again so that you will properly understand how to arrange it into column. 139 and 82 paisa. Then next is rupees 412 and 34 paisa. 412 and 34 paisa. After that we have one more, third one, that is rupee 101 and 95 paisa. 101 and 95 paisa. So what is there? So we'll write rupee. Now you can arrange in descending order also. Like first you will write the bigger one, then smaller than that, then the least one. You can arrange in that way also, but it does not make any difference, because in the addition you are knowing that when you are adding it does not make any difference. If you are writing smaller above and then bigger down, it does not make any difference. So that you can write it in that order only which is given. So I've written 139 and 82 paisa. After that this 412 and 34 paisa. After that this 101 and 95 paisa. Now what we are supposed to do it? We are supposed to do it addition now. And after doing addition we will get the answer to this addition of money. So let's do the addition. 5 plus 4, 9 plus 2, 11. 1, 8 plus 1, 9, 9, 18 plus 3, 21. 2, 9 plus 2, 11, 12, 13, 14. 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. So what is the answer here? Here the answer is rupees 654 and 11 paisa. I hope nobody is having problem in addition of money. So here also you have been given with 3 amount, this first, second and third. And how we have done this addition? We have written the unit which we required, that is rupee, and then we have arranged. In addition you have this liberty, you can arrange it in any order. That addition, that sum will be same. If you are arranging it into descending order or in ascending order, the answer will be same. Now we'll start word problem, which I have told you that today we are going to do it. So now this much we have done yesterday, and now today one question was left, that is question number 3 of exercise 9.2. So that also we have finished. Now we will start word problem related to addition of money from exercise 9.2. So let's start that and we'll understand what we are supposed to do it. Now here Pankaj spent, question number 4 I am doing. Question number 4, Pankaj spent rupees 525 and 39 paisa on dress and rupees 139 and 85 paisa on books. Now here cost of dress is given, cost of book is given. Now what is question? How much money did he spend? Fine. That Pankaj, a person, has spent some amount on dress and then some amount on books. Now the question arises that what is the total expenditure, or how much money was spent by Pankaj. Fine. So total money you have to tell, that what is the total money spent by Pankaj, that you are supposed to find it out. So let's find it out that. Now Pankaj spent, see question number 4. We'll start the solution. Cost of dress is given. Cost of dress. What is the cost of dress? That is rupee 525 and 39 paisa. This is the cost of dress. Second is what? Cost of books. Cost of books. What is the cost of book? That is rupees 139 and 85 paisa. Now what is required to find it out? That is total money he spent. Then we will find it out total cost. Then we'll write rupee 525 and how much paisa is there? 39. Then we'll do addition. 139 and how much paisa? 85 paisa is there. So now what we will do next? We'll do the addition. 9 plus 5, what will be there? 14. We'll write here 4, 1 will be carry, 8 plus 4, 12. 1 will be carry, 9 plus 5, 14 plus 1, 15. 1 will be carry, 6 and 6. So, therefore Pankaj spent rupees 665 and 24 paisa. This was your question only. What is the question? The question is, I'll read out the question once again. Pankaj spent rupees 525 and 39 paisa on dress. So that we have written cost of dress. Then rupees 139 and 85 paisa on books. That we have written cost of books. Now total cost of these two things we find it out. As I've taken just now, we have taken one example. That if a child goes to market and he buys some things. Similarly is there in this question that cost of dress we have written, cost of books we have written. Total cost means what is the total cost of these two things which we are supposed to find it out. Then we have arranged it into column and then we have done the addition. Therefore Pankaj spent rupees 665 and 24 paisa. This is the total money which spent by Pankaj. So I hope there is no problem in this question. We have written cost of dress, then cost of books, then total cost, then we have done the addition, and then after adding that money we'll get it that what is the total money spent by Pankaj. So this is your question number 4. Now let's start question number 5. Karuna bought a sari for rupees 370 and 75 paisa and spent rupees 39 and 85 paisa on auto rickshaw. Now, how much total money did she spend? Write the solution sentence. Now the answer which we are writing with therefore this is only solution sentence because we were writing therefore in each and every question of word problem. So here we don't require to write anything separately. That we already writing it. Now let's see question 5 once again that Karuna bought a sari. Cost of sari is given and when coming to the home she paid 39 rupees and 85 paisa to auto rickshaw. Fare, that is cost of auto rickshaw or cost of or fare of auto rickshaw, that will also included in the cost of sari. Total cost, what is the total cost of bringing that sari? Fine. So let's start question number 5. Now you have been given with cost of sari and the fare of auto rickshaw. then we are going to add, and then we will get the total cost. Fine. So that we will do it. Let's start question number 5. Now cost of sari, that will be your first statement. Sari, cost of sari is rupees 370 and 75 paisa. This is the cost of sari. Now the next question which arises in your mind, that fare of auto rickshaw. That fare will also included in the cost of sari, because for bringing that sari, this cost will also be included. Fare of auto rickshaw. Auto rickshaw. So that is rupees 39 and 85 paisa. Then total cost. Again we are supposed to find it out. Total cost. We'll write rupee, then 370 and what else? 75 paisa plus the money which spent on auto rickshaw, that is 39 rupees 85 paisa. Then we will do the addition. 5 plus 5, 10, 16, 9 plus 1, 10, 11, 4. So we'll write therefore, what we will write therefore, that what is asked, that how much total money did she spend. So Karuna spent, we'll write Karuna spent rupees 410 and 60 paisa for sari. Let's see this question once again. Now in this question you might having this doubt, why the price of auto rickshaw is included in that. See, when you are going to the market, if you are going by your own vehicle, you are spending some money on petrol or diesel or whatever. So that price is included in the cost of whatever things you are bringing. Fine. Let's say I will go to the market and I will buy 1000 things. 1000 thing which cost rupees 1000. But for going and coming back to home, I've paid 50 rupees to auto rickshaw or 50 rupees on petrol cost. So that 50 rupees will included in my that shopping. Fine. So the total cost of shopping will become 1050, and it will happen all the time. If you are going by auto rickshaw, then that auto rickshaw fare will be included in that particular thing cost. If you are going by your own vehicle, then petrol cost will be included in that. That total shopping, that total money which you spent in that, the auto rickshaw price or the rickshaw price or the price which you have spent on buying petrol or whatever, that will be included in those things only. So remember this, whenever in any question it is given that cost of a particular thing is this, and for going to market and coming back we spent 60 rupees. So that 60 rupees, that cost is included in that particular thing. That your total price will be addition of that 60 rupees. Fine. I hope this concept is clear to everyone. And that exactly happened in this question, in question number 5. What happened? What is given in the question, that Karuna bought a sari. Karuna bought a sari for rupees 370 and 75 paisa. This is the cost of sari which we have written. But next line, what is there? And spent rupees 39 and 85 paisa on auto rickshaw. Then what happened? Fare of auto rickshaw. As I told you, when you are going market, every time you are spending, either you are spending on auto rickshaw, or you are spending on petrol. So that price that money will also be included in your shopping amount. So here the exactly has same, that Karuna went to market and buy a sari. Now the cost of sari is this much only, but for going to market she spent rupees 39 and 85 paisa on auto rickshaw. Now this fare of auto rickshaw is also included in the total cost. Fine, total cost means how much money we spent, whether we have buy one thing, two thing, or we spent on petrol. Fine. So okay, now I'll give you one more example. If you have 500 rupees, if you have 500 rupees, understand the thing with that example, that if you have 500 rupees and you will go to the market and you have to take petrol also, you have to buy all rest of the things also. You came back and then you started calculating that what is the total money which I spent. So in that total money you will add 50 rupees I have given for petrol, then 100 rupees ka ye saman aa gaya, wo aa gaya, wo aa gaya. See, then what is there? That amount, that 50 rupees petrol is also included in that total cost of 500 rupees. So the same happens here in this question. So what is the fare of auto rickshaw? That is included in the total cost. That's why we have added, and then we have written, therefore Karuna spent rupees 410 and 60 for sari. Fine. I hope this question is clear to you all. Now we'll move to question number 6. Ritik bought a pen for rupees 80 and 90 paisa, a book for rupees 139 and 75 paisa, and spent rupees 65 and 85 on lunch. What did he spend in all? See, here also we'll understand one more thing, that when we are going to market and we are eating anything from the restaurant, or we are taking juice or whatever, all the eatables are also included in that total cost. All the eatables are also included in that eatable cost. So that is yet another thing which you have to remember. So let's start question number 6. In question number 6 you have been given with cost of a pen. Cost of a pen is given, that is rupees 80 and what is there, 90 paisa. Now what is next? Cost of a book. Cost of a book, that is rupees 139 and 75 paisa. Now what next? That cost of lunch. Now what is the cost of lunch? That is rupees 65 and 85 paisa. Rupees 65 and 85 paisa. Now what is asked in this question? Now what is given here? Cost of pen, cost of a book, and cost of lunch. Now what is asked in this question? What did he spend in all? What is the total amount of money he spent in all? So what we will do here, we will do addition. Total cost we are going to find it out. So we'll write here total cost. We'll write here rupee and then we will do the addition. 139 and 75 paisa. Then 80 and 90 paisa. Then 65 and 85 paisa. Then we will do the addition and we will get the total money spent to buy all these things. Fine. So let's read question once. What is given here? That Ritik bought a pen for rupees 80 and 90 paisa and a book for rupees 139 and 75 paisa and spent rupees 65 and 85 on lunch. So that only we have written here. Cost of a pen you have written, that is rupees 80 and 90 paisa. Cost of a book you have written rupees 139 and 75 paisa. Cost of a lunch you have written, that is rupees 65 and 85 paisa. So what is the total cost? We'll write here rupee and then we will do the addition. Now 5 plus 5, what it will become? 0. 8 16 plus 9, that will become 25. 11 5 16. 12, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 6, 18, 2. So now what we will write? That Ritik spent, therefore Ritik spent rupees 286 and 50 paisa in all. Ritik spent 286 and 50 paisa in all. So let's see this question once again. What is given to you? You have been given with cost of a pen, cost of a book, cost of a lunch. Fine. And after that, you are supposed to find it out what is the total money spent by Ritik. So first of all, total cost you will find it out. Total cost means by adding all these, you will be getting that how much money was spent by Ritik. So this addition we have to arrange it in the form of column. That's why only I was telling you in that questions when we are arranging it into column, because that plays an important role when we are doing questions like word problem. So arranging of amount is also there. That is a particular part of the question. So that you have to arrange in the previous question only. Now we have arranged in the form of column and then we have done the addition now. Now therefore Ritik spent rupees 286 and 50 in all. So children, I hope this question is clear to you all. So now what we have done today, first of all we have revised the concept which we have done yesterday, that is addition of money. How to arrange given amount or given money into column and then how we'll do the addition. That is the basic thing which is required in addition of money. Then what we have done next? Then we have done applications. Applications means word problems related to addition of money. That we have done, and that we have seen or that we find it out that how we can do it. So that also we have done. I hope nobody is having now problem in arranging and doing addition. Now children, what we are going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we will start with our next basic fundamental operation, that is subtraction, and we will see that how we can do subtraction, how we will arrange it into column. See, in addition it is not necessary to write a bigger number above, but in the subtraction it is quite necessary that the bigger amount of money you will write first. From that bigger amount only you will subtract the smaller one. So that is very important part of that question, that is subtraction of money. That we are going to continue tomorrow. Today we are going to finish our class here, and I hope addition of money is quite clear to everyone, all the word problem also. And for understanding the concept, we have only one mantra: to keep on practicing. Do practice a lot in maths. I hope you all have enjoying the class also, online class also, and all the very best for your half yearly exam. That's all for today, children. Have a good day.